Beautiful seekers, this is Clarity 1129. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's that time of the week again, and here I am with your pick a card reading. And this time the topic is, what traditional and rigid patterns are you breaking or changing? Alright, so this could be in any aspect of your life, and in any capacity. It could be just your family, the way things have been happening over the years, and now you bring change into that. Or it could be within a larger group, maybe in your society where you stay, or about anything. And it could be about anything, something that is impacting your life, and you see that there are other people who are also impacted by this, and it just doesn't go down well with you because it feels unjust. And so you are standing up for yourself, and in doing so inspiring others to do the same. So what pattern are you breaking at this time? It doesn't have to be dramatic. It could be something as simple as you in your home trying to put your foot down over something that has been happening, that all your life this is how you're meant to do it because your family, your parents did it before you and their parents did it before them. So these are the patterns that you're going to change, and we're going to look at what is it that you are going to change. I have pre-shuffled the tarot as well as oracle, and we have a set of 5 questions, and the 6th one is your advice card. So first we're going to look at what is it that you're going to break. So if that doesn't resonate with you, this may not be your pile. You can choose another pile if you're called to. If you're called to nothing else, then maybe this reading is not for you. However, if you feel the need that you want to stick on with that reading, that something else will come up and you're feeling very strongly, even if the first question is not for you, you can, basically don't let the reading take from you. We are here, all tarot readers on the channel are here to give you some clarity on your situation, not to take your power away from you. As it is, you hold the power. The power does not lie in the hands of any reader, no astrologer, no crystal. It lies with you. All right? And if you align with the universe, you don't need anyone in between. We are here just to assist you in case you need some guidance moving forward. All right? So as I was talking about these questions, we're going to have the first question, which is what traditional and rigid patterns are you breaking or changing? Question number 2 is, what more do you need to know about it? Question number 3 is, well, obviously, if you're going to break a pattern which has been there for a long time, you will come into a lot of friction, maybe obstacles. So we're going to look at what obstacles, might you face. Then we're going to look at what will help you. And the 5th question is going to be, where else can you ask for help? Okay. And the last is obviously advice. These are 6 cards from the tarot, which are all pre-shuffled. And then we have more oracle cards for advice again. All right. So let me introduce you to the piles. We have 4. Pile number 1 is the Amazonite palm stone. Pile number 2 is the SODALITE crystal ball. Pile number 3 is the red jasper crystal ball, and pile number 4 is the labradorite palm stone. Now for those of you who are intuitive, the timestamps are below. You may head to your pile. I'll see you there. And for those of you whom that quick meditation benefits to center yourself, to help you choose your pile, let us begin, beautiful seekers. Sit straight with your spine erect, palms open, facing upward. When you're ready, gently close your eyes and take in a deep breath gently. Hold. Focus between your eyebrows. Connect with your intuition, knowing that it will not lead you astray. When you're ready, exhale. Slowly open your eyes, and whichever pile you're drawn to, that is your pile. And now I will see you at your pile. Pile number 1, those of you who've chosen the Amazonite palm stone, welcome to your reading. Maybe what you are breaking within whichever unit you are in, it could be within your family, it could be at work, it could be anywhere, you're breaking control. Either someone in the hierarchy is very controlling and you have no say in the situation. It could be as simple as a family of 4, or it could be something that's much larger. But the fact is that one person or one small group of people, they control everything and you have no say. Now, obviously, if you're in a work situation wherein there is a hierarchy, it has to be followed. All right, the choice remains with you. If you do not gel with it, you can always leave, but you can't change a basic structure, because some structures work on hierarchy. For example, the defense services. So in those cases, you really can't go against the hierarchy. But if it is in some sort of a situation wherein everyone should be allowed to speak, should be allowed to put their word across, while including in the defense services, you do have certain places where you can go and put your thoughts across. You can give your ideas, and then thereafter there will be a group on top who will actually take a decision. But this, it most likely feels like it's an organization wherein, or a family setup or a family dynamic wherein there's just one person or just 1 or 2 people right on the top who control everything. They don't take suggestions, and it's unhealthy. And you've been seeing that more often than not, and the decisions may not always be fair. All right, you may feel targeted, or a group of you are targeted, while the others enjoy themselves. And you've been in this for some time, and possibly this is what you want to break free from. This is what I'm picking up just with this tone. But let us see. So what cycle or what rigid traditional pattern are you breaking? And we get the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. What more do you need to know about this situation? And you get the Knight of Wands in reverse. What are the obstacles that you might face? You get the 5 of Cups. What will aid you? You get the 3 of Wands in reverse. And where else can you look for help? And you get the 6 of Swords. And advice from Spirit, you get the 10 of Cups in reverse. We also get rest, service. I feel good when I can help others. Confidence is the key to your success. Raindrops, take a chance on them. 39 or 12 could be significant. And the Festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. We'll put that here. Now just let me take a look. Has everything come in? More or less. Yes, that's better. All right, pile number 1. What do we have here? This feels like a family dynamic more than anything else. All right, and with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I feel that in this dynamic that you are stuck in, there is a lot of emphasis on fate. All right, you cannot go against what fate has decided. And who knows what fate is decided? That the people in your family, the elders in your family have decided this is how things should go down in our family. Anything which goes against it will bring about bad luck. All right, and the concept of free will is completely cut off out here. And this does not go down well with you, and rightly so. With the Knight of Wands in reverse, I feel there is some sort of creative venture that you would like to undertake. For some of you, maybe you come from a business house, or a business background. And for some of you, it may not even be a family dynamic, though that I feel very strongly that it is. It even could be at work, but this particular place that you're working, there are some set rules, and those rules are not out of logic, but it's about this is how it should be done because it's been done so for the past so many years or decades. Basically, this is a tradition, and we can't question this tradition because it'll bring bad luck, because this is how it is destined to be. And you are here, whether it's a family dynamic or a work situation, wherein you've got fresh ideas and you know for sure that these ideas are going to be wonderful, bring about a whole lot of change and freshness into what you're doing, and actually can catapult you into success, be it a family business, be it your workplace, or be it a family dynamic wherein you look at things differently. Everyone is free to do what they want to, and they don't have to be in a particular mold. They don't have to fit themselves there. And this is what you want to bring, and this is what has been totally cut off, leaving you in this place of feeling totally alone. And with the Five of Cups right in the center of your reading, I feel that what obstacles are you going to face is that you will find that every attempt that you make is met with disappointment. Maybe you already made 3 attempts and nothing's happened, even though you had something to show them. No one's heard you, and now you're in this place when you feel everything is lost and there's no point trying. And yet there are 2 cups which are standing. It's not over yet. There's something beautiful you can still bring. You can still bring the change. Maybe how you're approaching this is not the right way. My ears started ringing just now, and I feel this is something that you need to pay attention to. There is another way to go about this. You can still bring about this change if you approach the whole situation differently. Here in India, today's the 24th of August, and we have Ganesh Chaturthi coming. Lord Ganesha is known as the god who removes all obstacles. And the one thing you need to take from here is that when you start respecting an obstacle, knowing that you can either work over it, go right through it, go around it, or simply accept that this cannot be changed, so I will take on a different route or try a new approach. And in your case, this is what you need to do. Instead of going and banging your head against the wall, find a different and a more, with the Knight of Wands in reverse, try and make it a Knight of Wands upright, which I'm going to unblock for you. All right. What happens is, start using your creativity. Whatever you're going, however you're pitching what you want to bring about this change, it's not going down well with people. But you can package it in a way that they understand it. Why do people not like change? People don't like change because it scares them. Even if where they are stuck is not a good place, the known devil is always better than the unknown devil. So, in this case, if you actually put it across to them logically in points, all right, and you need to have done your homework really well, because people who have done things a certain way for a very, very long time, they will have a million misgivings. They will find every problem that they can for every solution that you provide. So you should be 10 steps ahead of them in order to be able to convince them. And for that, you need to first get out of this situation of feeling sorry for yourself or of giving up. Two cups are right there. Emotions are good to have if you are in a place of balance. Come into this Two of Cups energy. Be in balance yourself. Don't get upset and emotionally hurt, which is a very natural thing, by the way. But when you approach people from a highly strung place, it's easy for you to not come across and for them to have the upper hand. So you need to be in a place of complete balance and see the picture clearly for yourself. All right? And thereafter, put in whatever it is that you have to. What can aid you? And you get the it was the Page of Wands. I said the Three of Wands. The Page of Wands in reverse. What can help you is, instead of coming from this page energy, wherein they are very experienced, you're not, and you're underconfident. What's going to help you is to stop feeling like the page all the time. Speak from a place of empowerment. So have your homework done. Whatever it is that you want, don't let it look like a novice speaking. Have done enough spade work. You should have done enough spade work so that you can go across and put all your points, and for whatever problem they bring up, you have a solution for it. And if you don't, you have the confidence. Yeah, confidence is your key to success. Right now, the way you're pitching whatever you are in front of these people who have been in the business for such a long time, they are rehearsed with all their ways and everything over and over again over the years. You're coming with something new. But it doesn't mean to say that your ideas are not good. They're wonderful. But do you have the confidence? The first thing that they say, do you come into this energy? That's something you need to think about. Confidence is the key to success. You may have all the answers. You may still, despite having, 90 answers out of 100, you may not have answers for 10. But your confidence is going to see you through. You can say, yes, there will be a lot of things we don't know because this is the first time we are trying it. What you're doing is tried and tested, but then it's closed. I'm opening the doors for you. I'm not telling you to do away with this tradition. I'm just trying to tell you to bring some change into it. And this way, we can actually together expand and open doors instead of, just working within closed doors. And thereafter you pitch it and you said, yes, we will have problems along the way. But if we are all together, we can find a solution. And then you put whatever it is that you've done your spade work on, put it out there. But do it from a place of confidence, and your spade work should be good. You can't be an amateur where in the first question you stall and the second question you stall and you're unsure and then your underconfidence shows. That way, then you'll be regarded as a kid or as a novice and your idea will just be, thwarted. So this is something you need to guard against. Where can you find help? And you get the Six of Swords. And what I feel is, if this thing has happened just now because you had no answers to give and they've just shut you up and said this is not going to work, and then you're just sitting and brooding, you first need to walk away from this situation. Take some time out. Did we get rest here? Yes. With this rest card here, you need to heal on your wounds. If this is a family dynamic wherein you've never been taken seriously, it's time for you to first rest, recuperate, heal. Heal yourself from everything in the past. Get your confidence back in order. All right? Understand that you may not have answers, but you have the grit. You have the ability to stand by what you take on. And no matter how tough the going gets, you are going to stand up and you are going to put up a fight and you are going to find a solution come what may. And when you have this confidence in yourself, embodying the energy of the sun, you really need to work on your solar plexus chakra. All right? That is when people are going to look at you and regard you as an equal, or at least somewhere there, to be able to listen to what you have to say. Right now, they've just dismissed you as a novice, someone who's just come up with some fancy idea which has no weight in it. But your confidence is what's going to take you there. And for that, first and foremost, you need to rest and you need to heal. And when you come to them the next time, it shouldn't be with some half-baked idea, but something that is well formulated, which you can see absolutely clearly in your mind's eye. And then you're going to break that pattern. Your advice from Spirit, the 10 of Cups in reverse. What you should know that if this is a family dynamic, when you put this across, you may feel that your whole family goes against you. You may feel that no one understands you, and that's okay. They may also be feeling that just because you're single and there are a whole lot of them doesn't mean that they're not feeling the same thing. They may be feeling that they've done so much for you and you're still turning out to be such an ungrateful person. But that's okay. These are all opinions. Don't get caught up in things that don't move you forward, which keep you stuck. Don't wait for a good job from everyone in the family, or even those few people whom you really look up to. You expect them to say good show to you and they don't, and then you come back in this energy, then you won't move forward. Your advice is be ready to go against everyone you hold dear in your family for that time till you get this, for you to build that confidence, you may have to stand up to your own people, and you should be okay with that and be ready for that. Because to stand up against tradition, which has been happening for over the years, it's not something easy. You can't just come up very happily with bright eyes and say, this is my idea, now let's change, and everyone's going to drop everything and say, oh, let's change. That's not going to happen. So you've got to be practical, all right? And finally, whatever this change is, first and foremost, after you heal yourself, you've got to ask yourself, why is it that you want this change? How are you going to benefit others? When you think of something which is just for yourself, I'm not saying that's wrong. There is some weightage in that. You're fighting for yourself, you're standing up for yourself, that's good. I'm not saying no. But if this is something that can inspire other people like you, then you have more weight to your argument. All right? With this card here, says, I feel good when I can help others. Maybe your standing up for yourself is going to set the precedent. When you think about it like that in your mind, it gives you more power. It gives you a boost. And this is something that you need to keep in mind as well. Raindrops, take a chance on them. So what I feel with this is maybe there are other people like you, other youngsters. If you are a youngster who's going against some traditional thing, maybe there are other people who are in the same boat as you, but who don't have the gumption to speak up. They'd rather keep quiet than go and face that. Feel the pulse. Come to know who all can be on your side if you stand up and do it. Those people, you can take a chance on them. They may not come with you right in the beginning when you fight, but they'll still be there with you, slowly pushing you forward, because they may not have the kind of guts that you do. I mean, despite your guts and despite your effort, you're here right in the center of the reading with the 5 of Cups. So if they don't have that kind of spirit, they'll obviously not move forward. But just knowing that you're going to help all of them will give you that power, will give you the confidence you need. So first and foremost, heal. Look at things from afar, see the larger picture. And thereafter, work on yourself, work on your confidence, and work on this particular thing. See it from all angles. Get all the answers. Think 10 steps ahead. How do they think? What all are they going to ask? What is important to them? If it's a very traditional thing, one of the main things would be safety, security. They don't want change. Too much change is not going to be easy for them. Try and understand that as well. All right? The festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic patio event. I feel there is some beautiful event that's coming up in the future. It could be a festival, it could be something which is just related to the family, it's got to do with maybe with the business, but some big day that's coming up. Not something which is coming, say, tomorrow, but right now, you just step back from whatever has happened, heal yourself, be pleasant, don't sit there with a swollen face, be pleasant, work, give yourself time. Big changes take time, so don't be in a hurry, don't rush in and then come back into this energy. Strategize, think of a plan, find your people, your tribe, and then slowly work on how you're going to do things, find answers, and make sure when you're doing this, you're not going to stand up against tradition to teach them a lesson, to show that you're one up, to show that you're better than them. That's not the idea. The idea is to bring about change that will benefit maximum number of people. The idea is to stop, closed thinking and open the doors for wider mindset. That is what your aim should be. So your intention should be clear, and it should come from a place of, from a place wherein everyone could benefit, not I versus you. That's wrong. Just give up on your change if that's the reason why you're going after it. Things have to be, you should have a sort of a vision when you're bringing about change, especially if there's an age-old tradition and you're trying to break that. It should be for the better, not just to pacify your ego. All right? And with this festival card here, if there is something major coming in the near future, wherein you have enough time to prepare, then you work on your thing, and in that spirit, be a part of that wonderful experience. And when everyone's in a great mood, you can slowly start pitching in again and, get the pulse of everyone else. And then they should see that you're trying to change, you're trying to see their point of view as well. And you must see their point of view. And thereafter, see how you can blend in your idea so that it's a win-win situation for all. All right? I hope this reading gave you some clarity, pile number 1. Whenever you want to bring about change, no matter how small it is, you need to have a certain amount of, thick skin, because we human beings, even though we may post memes and post, quotes saying that change is the only constant, we are all averse to change. And if this person or these people you're dealing with are from the old school of thought, or any of them have fixed modality, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Taurus, telling them to change is going to be a Herculean task. So you have to get your answers. And if you have all the answers ready, then they will change. All right? So you've got to pay attention to that. And it all begins with healing yourself and working on your confidence. This is the game changer for you. Confidence. Confidence, and also finding like-minded people within your whatever your setup is, who may not be there in the forefront, but who will be there, working behind the scenes, pushing you forward. I am sending you so much love and light, and all the best. I'd love to hear from you when things work out. Take good care of yourself. Bye-bye. Pile number 2. Those of you who've chosen the SODALITE crystal ball, welcome to your reading. This is a throat chakra pile. If the first pile was about confidence, the solar plexus chakra, this one talks to me about needing to speak up. Maybe your voice isn't heard. Let's see what comes through. For some of you, it could be that you need to heal your feminine, divine feminine, all right? There is something about your way of communication. Either you keeping things bottled up, or you saying things to please others. You say what they want to hear, not what you actually want to say, is what I'm getting from this. Let's take a look. What traditional or and rigid patterns are you breaking or changing? You get the 6 of Pentacles. What more do you need to know about this? You get the 5. There are 2 cards here, is it? Oh. You get the 5 of Wands in reverse, and you get the eight of Swords in reverse. What obstacles you might face during this? What are the obstacles that you might face? And you get the Lovers in reverse. What will aid you? You get the 2 of Cups upright. Where else can you look for help? And you get the 9 of Swords upright. And advice from Spirit is the 4 of Wands in reverse. And then you get purification, imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. The answers you need are coming. Oh, you got a lot of cards. One enchanted evening, the perfect night. Library, the number 22 or 4 could be significant. Take control of your own narrative. And 17 adds to an 8. Flower, be honest with yourself. See, again, she's got her mouth blocked with this flower. There's something about you not speaking up. All right. Pile number 2. Let us begin. So what traditional pattern or rigid way of thinking are you changing or breaking? And you get the 6 of Pentacles. The 6 of Pentacles is about equal give and take. And maybe the dynamic of wherever you are, be it at home, most probably at home, most probably in a marriage, is that there is equal give and take, but what I'm getting here is that only the breadwinner gives, and this person gives generously, but only they are permitted to give. They decide what is enough for everybody. You know, it's like you don't have a say in the distribution of tasks, in the distribution of resources, in the distribution of anything. They call the shots. Now, this person is someone who actually thinks about everybody. It's just that you feel powerless here. So if you have to go and tell someone about this person, everyone's going to think you are unreasonable. But you're getting everything. Everything's taken care of. What's the problem? The problem is that you have no say. The problem is everything is working fine as long, and there's no raw deal here, but you just don't get to decide or say anything, is what I am picking up. All right? What more do you need to know? You get the 5 of Wands in reverse and the 8 of Swords in reverse. Whatever this, you know, you may not have any argument with this person, your spouse. There's no argument in this. It's just that you don't get to speak. And you are tired of this. For a long time, maybe you were stuck in your head, you know, should I be speaking when everything is okay, everything is fine? Why should I tip the apple cart? And for a long time, you felt you were not good enough. What would you tell them when you were not good enough, really? And now you're ready to come out of this energy. You don't want to be stuck by your own thoughts. And inside your head, you've been going through this whole, you've been reliving what's happening and you want to tell them, I need to have a say too. In the past it was not possible, but now you're ready to speak up. You want to be heard. And what obstacles might you find when you get the Lovers in reverse? The very fact that the Lovers card, apart from talking about being in love and it being a very strong connection, it also talks about a choice. And the obstacle you might face is that you don't have a choice. And this the whole thing that you're trying to break, is that you don't have a choice. And this is the biggest obstacle. What do you say? When you finally go and face this person and say that, you want to have a say, they might be very charming and ask you, so what is it that you want to say? Aren't you happy with this? And you'll have no answer because you're happy with it. Aren't you getting enough? And you must be getting enough, so you have nothing to say as far as that. Are the children not happy? They're also happy. What is wrong? So suddenly you get tongue-tied because everything is fine. So what? All right? So you might not get a choice, and that is your biggest obstacle. So what is going to aid you? First, you need to come into balance. You need to understand what it is that you really want. And you need to be able to express that beautifully to this person. That yes, you're giving everyone enough, but I don't feel seen or heard. So then they will say, but then what is it that you're not getting, that you feel that you're not heard? So you've got to let them know exactly how you feel. Yes, you do go out of your way to give me whatever I need, but how about asking me whether this is okay, whether, let me also feel that I have a choice. And this is something you need to put across. For that, you need to come into balance and think very clearly, because this person, in their mind, they're giving you everything equally, except choice. And this is something that should, and everyone else may be on their side and wondering what an ungrateful person you are for asking for that choice. You've got everything, now what? But you want to have that right to speak up, to say, yes, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. And let me ask you when I want something, or let me say what I want to say. And you need to be in a place of balance to be able to meet this person halfway. Otherwise, you will end up being tongue-tied, having no answers, and feeling foolish. Where else can you get your help from? You get the 9 of Swords. You're going to get your help. I feel that you are getting downloads in your sleep, which is why you wake up maybe thinking you'll muster up the courage, and then you just don't know how to go about it. Some of you may be getting sleepless nights. You dream about it, and then you wake up and you say you'll do it, and then you just chicken out of it. And you're not happy on the inside because the struggle is within your head, because you're not being able to speak, you're not being able to communicate. You need to work on your throat chakra. And to be able to do that, with this imagination card here, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind, absolutely. Instead of being stuck with this 8 of Swords and 9 of Swords energy, where you're in your head all the time, you're ready to come out of it, and yet you are stuck there because you're not able to come into balance. And remember in the beginning, I said you need to work on your feminine energy. That's what I feel. Your feminine energy is wounded, and in fact you need to work on both, because your feminine energy is wounded and your masculine energy also is not vocal enough. It's both. You have a distorted masculine and feminine, pile number 2. And it's not just you. Most of us are in the same boat. But with this purification here, I feel that you are finally, and coming right under the 2 of Cups, I feel that this is it. You are going to be able to work on yourself, come into balance, and thereafter heal your throat chakra. This also got a lot of blues here and greens. There's a lot of love here from your side and you really don't question what they are doing for you. There is a lot of love, but you just don't feel, with their being there, the concept of self-love or the concept of your individual self doesn't exist. You could be a piece of furniture which is given the best clothes. That's how you feel. And you need to work on your masculine and feminine energies, and more than anything, you need to work on your throat chakra. You need to be able to assert. So first and foremost, see all of that in your mind's eye. What is it that you want? First, you need to be able to, pinpoint on what it is that's wrong and actually speak it up. Jot it down if you have to. Practice your speech in front of the mirror. And don't get emotionally strung when you're doing that. Know that you're powerful and what you're asking for is not unreasonable. Despite the fact that your entire family thinks you're unreasonable, I am telling you, you're not. If you want to have a choice, if you want to have a say, what's wrong with that? If only few people were meant to have a say, the rest of us wouldn't have a voice, right? Why would God give everyone a voice then? Or an opinion or a brain? We are complete in ourselves. If we come into a marriage or come into a relationship, it's because we want to. Doesn't mean that we have to become half of who we are. We both are total two wholes which come together. And there are two minds, two voices, two opinions which are expressed and then weighed, and then that's how you move forward. And there's nothing wrong in demanding what you're demanding. And you know what? When you speak to this person from a place of empowerment, this person will actually give you the answers that you need. This person will actually have that conversation with you. They will actually respect you a lot more. Right now they're having their way, they're being very nice because they think they're doing you a great service. And initially when you speak, like maybe you have tried to speak in the past and they ask you these questions and then you don't know what to say. But when you start speaking from a place of empowerment, they will see the change and they will give you your answers. They will give you a choice. All right? You have to take control of your own narrative. Absolutely. Right now it feels that you have everything, and from outside people feel that you have everything, including your own family. But what's the use of having everything when you don't have a voice? When your opinion does not matter? Be honest with yourself. Actually ask yourself. The number 17 or 8 could be significant. You just feel, you're there to adorn the space, to make this space beautiful. You just feel like a showpiece. Advice from Spirit is the 4 of Wands in reverse. Spirit is saying that this marriage, this union, this dynamic that you have, this relationship that you have is totally unbalanced. And you are absolutely right in wanting your voice to be heard. And they are with you for you to stand up for yourself. You need to work on your masculine and feminine energy. Your masculine energy needs to be more assertive. Your feminine energy should know that feminine is, the feminine energy is powerful too. It just doesn't mean that if you're working from your feminine energy, you have to be subservient. That's not what the feminine energy is about. That's how it's taken, but it's not true. You need to come into balance, and from a place of balance and empowerment, you will speak to this person without being highly strung, without having no answer. But looking them right in the eye without your nervous energy, you will speak to them. And it does not matter if your side of the family, their side of the family, all your friends, everyone is on their side and you feel you're standing alone. I am telling you, Spirit is with you. The universe is with you. Stand up for yourself. When you stand up for yourself, this person will actually listen to you from a place of respect and not condescendingly. All right? You have the power. So you be honest with yourself. What is holding you back? What is it that you can't do? If by your saying this, it tips the apple cart and all hell breaks loose, can't you take care of yourself? Are you happy in just living in this way that you are? You obviously won't be watching this reading if you're happy with that. But if you're not happy with it, then you have to step into your own power and say this is not enough. All right? And you can actually, once you've worked on yourself, you're ready to have that conversation, you can actually plan for a beautiful evening wherein it's just the two of you and you need to have this one beautiful conversation. And don't let them speak to you condescendingly. Stop it right then and there. And say that this is very important to you. Otherwise, you have to really rethink your dynamic because this is not enough for you. And it doesn't matter whether they use soft words to cajole you, gifts to pamper you, or a stern look or condescending way of talking. You will stand your ground because you're in balance and you know what it is that you're asking for and you know that it's not less. You have power over your own narrative. You do. And you understand that. So work on yourself and have that conversation no matter what people are. In fact, don't even discuss it with anyone. You work on yourself, come into this place, and when you've made, resolve to do so and worked on yourself, then actually go and have that conversation. Have no one around, just you and them, and have that conversation. And say, this is very important to me, and this marriage or this relationship depends on this. I need to be heard for every decision that is made. Maybe I will go along with what you say at the end of it. Maybe I won't. And that should be okay. My opinion needs to be heard. All right? Pile number 2. It's time. It's time you stood up for yourself and lived your best life. Come into balance. And you know what? If this person, just by looking at the fact that this person's taking care of everything, I feel this person should be reasonable enough to hear you out. If they are not, well, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you know what is more important to you. You've got to take action accordingly. But just know that it doesn't matter that the whole lot of people around you are not with you. You need to be your best friend. You can't live a whole life wondering that you never stood up for yourself. You shouldn't be beating yourself up at the fag end of your life that I could never stand up for myself or live my life the way I wanted to. That would be really sad. All right? So stand up for yourself, and we are here with you in spirit. Sending you so much love and light. Take care. Bye-bye. Pile number 3, those of you who've chosen the red jasper crystal ball, welcome to your reading. This is representative of your root chakra, Mooladhara. And this tells me that you are going to break ancestral patterns. It could be, poverty consciousness, a lack mindset, or it could be, fear about so many things, insecurities. You are going to break that. So this is huge, all right? Let's see. So what is it that you are breaking? What rigid pattern, traditional pattern are you breaking? Wow, the sun. Oh, What more do you need to know about this? Seven of Wands. What blocks may or obstacles might you meet on your way? And you get the Queen of Cups. You get two cards here. What is going to aid you? You get the Five of Cups in reverse and the Star. Where can you ask for help? You get the Nine of Cups. Advice from Spirit. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You also get simplicity. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. A new start is coming. Wait. Princess. You can be your own knight. And insight opens a third eye to strengthen intuition. Pile number 3. I do want to take out clarification for your Sun card. I am getting some sort of an idea, but I still want the clarification for this. Spirit, please clarify the Sun for me. The King of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Devil. Oh. I'll take the Knight of Pentacles and the Hermit. Okay. What I get from here, pile number 3, is that the cycle that you're going to break is how children are treated in your family by parents. There is a certain expectation from all the young ones in the family, which is true for any family. When a child is born, we do have, parents, new parents. You generally want the firstborn is made to be this ideal child, and much to the poor little child's fate is that the parents, new parents want to see so much the child being so ideal that they expect the world from the child without themselves having been that. They see their child as the most beautiful, the most intelligent, and they start expecting so much from this child. All right, but in this case, it's not just that, it's also the family dynamics in how to bring up a child, and this could be even what they are going to study, where they're going to go, what they're going to do next in their life. And there is huge amount of control about this. And I feel if the child doesn't perform, then it's not just met with annoyance, but it's also met with a certain kind of detachment, with this endless cold treatment given to this child. sort of, the punishment is basically to let the child be for hours and hours, maybe days, till this child comes around, is what I feel here. I was picking that up and I was wondering whether it's got to do with your inner child, but no, it isn't. And this is what you're going to, now I feel, for those of you who are coming to this reading, you may be on the threshold of having a child, or you may be new parents, and now as you are birthing a new life, already you're getting inputs from everywhere that this is how this child is going to be, and you've been through hell yourself and you don't want your child to be subject to that, and that is why you want to stand up to this dynamic in your family, and you are willing, with the Seven of Wands upright, you are willing to fight for your child and that child's freedom single-handedly. And this could be your entire family, and you are here and saying, no, I'm going to fight you all off. I want my child to have their best life exactly the way they want it. They are not going to follow what the family followed, what the tradition of the family has been. If you're from a line of doctors, no, I am not going to force my child as far as which, and maybe in your family, everyone goes to the same hostel or, boarding school. And you don't want them to go to boarding school. You don't want them to have a governess. You don't want them to do whatever you've been doing or how you've been brought up. You want to change that. You want them, you want to be very hands-on on your child's birth, their upbringing, everything. And you don't want anyone else to have a say in this. And you are adamant about this. The obstacle that you face is, surprisingly, the obstacle in this is going to be your mother or your mother figure. All right, it could be your mother, mother-in-law, mother figure, who's actually going to say that what you're doing is not right, and what's been done, see how nicely you turned out, and all the people, the rest of the family, how nicely they've turned out. If you, come in the way of how we've been doing things, then you will be harming your child's future, and this person is possibly going to put that seed of doubt in you, whether you are bringing up your child well, and whether you standing up for your child so adamantly is actually good for your child or not. So it is this person who's going to come as an obstacle. What do you need to know? What is going to help you? The Five of Cups in reverse and the Star. When your own mother, mother-in-law, mother figure, someone you look up to, actually says that you are going to be the one who's going to, spoil your child from having the best life, what is going to help you is to know that every child is unique, you are unique, and that your child is going to live the best life because you are going to give them the freedom to choose their best life for them. And for this, you need to come out of your Five of Cups energy of feeling bad about what they said. They are saying, your mother figure, whoever this is, and the rest of the family, they are saying it because that's the safe way out. Everyone's followed it, everyone's done well. And no one has had this kind of free thinking or a free will to say, no, but I didn't want this. All those voices just died down because the system is so strong in your family. But you have been through that. You didn't have the ability to face them or say, no, I want to do something else. But now you are in this energy that my child is not going to go through this. And this is such a beautiful thing that you have done, because in your doing this, your child is actually going to live their best life. So what's going to aid you? Not feeling sad that no one's with you, but sticking to this energy of, all right, I am going to see my child live their best life with or without you. If you can support me, great. If you cannot, I will be the solid support my child needs. And it's just between your spouse and you. This is it. This is how it's going to happen. Even if your spouse is not with you, you are going to let your child just be. And you're going to watch your child live their best life. And in you standing up, from a place of power, being your authentic self and saying it as it is, this is going to help you most of all. Where else can you find help? And you get the Nine of Cups. Your own child's happiness, the way they respond to this freedom that they get, is going to be what pushes you forward. Seeing them growing independently, seeing them around you, not going to boarding school, seeing them actually coming up in the most beautiful way is more reason for you to stick to this place where you want to let your child grow the way your child is meant to grow, without putting pressure on them. And sometimes it may happen wherein you get to hear that one other child has done really well, they've gone to the school and they've got these many accolades, and you find that your child has not gone to such a big school because such a wonderful big boarding school is not available, something of that caliber is not available nearby, and then you're being told that, see what you're missing out or what your child is missing out, and you're being told to follow your intuition. Finally, schools do teach you certain subjects and whatever, but what your child can learn from home, your child is not going to learn from anywhere else. Not to say that boarding schools are bad, but if you want to bring up your child in a way which you feel is right for the child, which will help the child grow, which will not box the child in a certain way, that's fine. Stop being indecisive. Everyone has a different opinion. There is no manual that comes with the child that this is how the child is supposed to be. And if you feel very strongly that you need to give your child a different kind of exposure, then so be it. But be decisive about it. Follow your intuition. You will know what to do. Keep things simple. Watch your child grow, give them, now everything is available on the internet, but more than internet, it's your instinct. All right, when it comes to what is good for your child, be it the food that you eat, the clothes that you wear, keep it simple. If you stick to basics, you can never go wrong. And give your child a lot of time, a lot of affection, a lot of attention. If you give them that, and thereafter, as they start growing, give them space, to make those decisions, then you have succeeded as a parent. You are going to bring this new energy into this beautiful family dynamic. You are going to break this ancestral pattern. A new start is coming. And with you, you'll find that the other mothers that come up in your family, other mothers or fathers that come up in the family, they will be able to assert their will too. And maybe a lot of your siblings growing up with you who faced this in the family or faced this as a spouse of a family member, they will actually thank you for it, because you've done the uncomfortable work of standing against the authority to allow your child this freedom. And when your child comes into this energy of living their best life, they will all follow suit. Sometimes just going by rigid way of the rigid ways of the family, just because it's been happening over the years, it's not the best way. And you are going to be your own knight. You are going to say, if there's no one with me, not even my spouse, I don't care. I am good enough. I'm going to make a safe world for my child while living here and doing my own thing, With the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, as advice from Spirit, you're being told that you don't really have to break free from the family or walk away from your marriage or your dynamic to make this happen. You can be there, keep things simple, and just stand your ground. All right? And while, taking it as a challenge that, yes, I'm going to do things differently, and I will show you that my child will do us proud, just like all the other children who are following this traditional pattern are also doing us proud. And you will stand your ground. And even if it's hurting that this mother figure is not with you, you will still stand your ground. And your child's happiness, your child's success is going to be enough reason for you to stay there and stand up for your child, is what I'm getting here very strongly. And there will be times when you question yourself, when you see things happening wherein there is a lot of success in other children's life, and you may be feeling that the school is not up to the mark. But just give it time. Everyone's journey is different. The timeline for everyone is different. Stop comparing. All right, you've taken up this decision, which is a beautiful one, a very beautiful one. Stick by it. Trust in yourself, trust in the universe, and follow your instinct. All right? Whether you're a mother or a father, you are the parent of your child. You have complete say in how your child is going to be, and the more freedom you give your child as your child is growing up, the better it is for the child. All right? It's not to say the children going to boarding school following the tradition will not turn out okay. They will also have these different plus points, but this child is living the destiny, and you as a parent are allowing them to blossom in the most natural way. I don't think there can be anything more beautiful than that. All right, pile number 3, kudos to you. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be so beautiful and so rewarding. I am sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye. Pile number 4, those of you who've chosen the Labradorite crystal, welcome to your reading. I get this feeling that you think out of the box, pile number 4, and you see magic in everything. Your way of thinking is not the usual way of thinking. I am actually for once stumped as to what is it that you are going to change, and I'm just waiting to dive into your reading. I'm getting absolutely no insight except that this is going to be something miraculous. I am just waiting to dive in. Let's see what traditional rigid patterns are you breaking, pile number 4. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. What more do you need to know? 5 of Swords in reverse. What obstacles might you find along the way? 6 of Cups in reverse. What is going to aid you? The Tower. Oh wow. Okay. And where else can you find help? 5 of Pentacles. This is getting bizarre. And advice from Spirit, Queen of Wands in reverse. And you get one more advice. And the Chariot. Curiouser and curiouser. Reflection. Patience. Have faith in your dreams. Lavender, surround yourself with love. Number 19, 10 or 1 could be significant. And Trinka 5, manifesting money and income. All right, pile number 4. Just give me a moment. Pile number 4, as I was saying with this Labradorite crystal, what I'm getting is that you are like the magician. You can manifest anything. And in this case, I feel it's got to do with your work or building something at work or even at home. All right? You think out of the box, as I said in the beginning. And what you're going to break here or change is the traditional way of making things work. if in a particular business these are the set patterns, that this is how you follow things, or in your work this is how people go about doing things, or even at home this is how, the set patterns are basically, these are the guidelines, this is how it works. You are not following that. You question everything, and this could be an irritant to the people around you, because these are time-tested things. It's not even such a rigid place wherein you can't question. There's no authoritarian figure here, nothing like that. It's just something which is tried and tested. People are happy doing what they're doing, but you are questioning it. And what more do you need to know is that with the Five of Swords in reverse here, there will be a lot of arguments with people, and you are not even striving to have the last word with them. You don't want to be one up and have the last word. You are ready to let them keep arguing, having the last word. You just know what you want to do, and you know that you don't want to do it the way that they're doing it. I would love to see you in action, pile number 4. The beautiful part is you are not afraid of challenges. For you, anything, I get very strong Aquarius energy here, or Scorpio energy here. It's like, bring it on. Let it be shocking. It doesn't matter. I can stomach it. The obstacle that you face, or you might face, is with the Six of Cups in reverse. Is something that you haven't come across before. There are certain, you know that if you can go against a particular way of doing things, be it at work, be it in the family, the way things are usually done, you're going against it. You don't even want to argue and have the last word. You just want to go about doing it. And now the kind of obstacles that will come are things that you haven't faced before. It's going to be something totally different. And you're ready for it. You say, fine. There's new problems. We'll get new solutions to them. For a lot of you, the problems that come are not from those outside of you. The problems that come are from people closest to you, even though if it's a work dynamic. What's going to help you? The Tower moment. This is the Tower. When you go against this particular way of doing things, and you say, just give it a go, just do it, and you have your way here. All right, and you say it in such a way that people's ego is not hurt. With the Five of Swords in reverse, you're not waiting to have the last word. You're not hurting anyone's ego. You just are able to convince people that this is the way to do it, and you do it. And the first obstacle that you face is that things don't work out the way you want it to. And all hell breaks loose with the Tower. And guess what? You're able to build from that. And anyone else would have, with the Five of Pentacles here, where else can you ask for help? For the Five of Pentacles, I feel that for a lot of you, you have seen really dark times in the past. And so nothing shakes you anymore. And you know that you can build up anything from nothing. And that's why I said in the beginning, you are master manifestors. You've got magician energy. So when you finally convince people that this is how it's going to be done and not like always, and because you're not from a place of ego, and it's not because you want to have the last word, people listen to you. And despite everything, they do it your way, and then all hell breaks loose, and you find that, you start questioning yourself, is this okay in the beginning, because things are working so smoothly that you fought with them, and not fought with them, but you've put up a way of making things happen. You're not met with resistance because the way you put it across is beautiful. And then you have misgivings maybe from within because of the people around you, and people close to you who are not involved in this, but who generally give you input, and they may raise these doubts in your mind. And then finally all hell breaks loose, and this is actually what is going to give you that push, because you are now convinced that what you said, that this is not working, was correct, because it was not built on firm foundation, and this is going to give you a boost. And because in the past you've had really dark moments, nothing can deter you, because you've built yourself up from nothing. So this tower moment actually tells you, oh, I was on the right path. When I told them not to do it this way, I was right, because their foundation is faulty. And then you start building again. And this, I feel, mostly is a work situation. You can apply it to any other situation if you feel. Advice from Spirit is, yes, with the Queen of Wands reverse and the Chariot, you are using your charm and to convince people, because the Queen of Wands is someone who is very intuitive, and she's very charming, very attractive, but she, when the Queen of Wands is in reverse, she can be very demanding. And what Spirit is giving you advice is, for you to be able to move forward, you've got to use this Five of Swords energy in reverse, wherein you are not demanding anything, you're attracting things towards you. All right? Because the minute you come into this energy of demanding, you will not find people listening to you. It's because you've come from this place wherein you're telling people this is not how it works, you're being your charming self and not having the last word here, which is why people have agreed with you. All right? And when you've proceeded and come across this tower moment, you're still able to move forward with the Chariot, because you're in balance, because you can see through clearly. You know that the foundation was faulty. And despite the misgivings you have from some people close to you, you know that you can do it, because you've seen the worst and you've built yourself up from scratch. You have to have faith in your dreams, is what Spirit is saying. You're on the right path. You use your charm. Don't be demanding. Don't come into your ego. All right? You are the magician. You are going to manifest with this 555. You may be seeing this a lot, which is added confirmation that you're on the right path. You are manifesting money and income. You're going to manifest change. Surround yourself with people you love. And even if those people you love give you a reality check, they may put in some doubt into your head, but that is okay. All right? You need to have different perspectives when you're moving forward. You can't always have yes men around you and then expect to see things clearly. You need to have people who really love you, who will show you things as it is, which may be uncomfortable, which may lead you to question yourself, but will also give you a different perspective. All right? If you're wondering where the stone is gone, I just held it in my hand. I just wanted to. There will be a lot of moments for reflection here, all right, when you take up this decision and the responsibility falls on you. But you've done it in the past, you'll do it again, and you have the patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Absolutely. You know that. You've been through that whole cycle once again, and you have faith in your dreams. You're in complete balance, and you're taking people with you as you move forward, which is beautiful, beautiful energy. Pile number 4. You are actually miraculous. What you're changing is a whole new way of doing things in your setup, be it your work. Mostly I feel work, but it could be a family dynamic. Though very, very strongly I feel it's work. It could be business, it could be anything. Wherever you are at, you have come here and you've changed the dynamic of the whole situation without rubbing people the wrong way. And even when, I feel that you are so confident in who you are, and you see things so clearly, and you're willing to wait. That you give people that encouragement when the Tower moment happens and everyone's shaken that, what is it? We followed you and look at this. You're still so cool because you realize now that you are on the right path. It was a faulty foundation to begin with, which is why it tanked whatever this thing was. And now you get to rebuild, and you have patience, and you have a vision, and your attitude is right, which is why your chariot moves forward. Nothing scares you anymore, and you always take time to self-reflect and to reflect upon whatever has happened so that you learn from it. And you're not upset when people, plant that doubt in your head whether this was right or not. These are people that you love, and you are okay with that because that keeps you grounded. You see different perspectives on things. You are really very sorted, pile number 4. Kudos to you. This is great energy. Wow. And then you start building up from scratch, and things start moving very fast. Initially, it may seem as it's going to take time, divine order at play, but just because you have faith and you are moving forward, suddenly it's going to pick up speed with this chariot here as advice from Spirit. This is going to be beautiful. Remember to keep staying in balance, keep your attitude correct. That is all I have for you, pile number 4. I hope this reading resonated. I'd love to hear from you what this is, and when it finally takes off, or if it's already taken off, I would love to hear your story. It seems very interesting to me. Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye.